The Pied Piper of Hamelin. The Pied Piper of Hamelin. Part 1. Many years ago, in a quiet valley surrounded by green hills, there was a small town called Hamelin. It was a peaceful and happy place. The people worked hard during the day, and in the evenings they sat outside their houses talking and laughing. Children played in the streets, running, jumping, and singing. Everyone felt safe, and life was simple and good. But one summer, everything changed. Something terrible happened that no one expected. One morning, a few rats appeared in the town. At first, people did not worry. They thought the rats would leave soon. But the next day, more rats came. Then even more. Soon, hundreds of rats filled the streets of Hamelin. The rats ran into houses and shops. They chewed on clothes, furniture, and even the walls. They stole food from kitchens and storerooms. They jumped onto tables and scared the children. They bit holes in bags of grain and ruined the farmer's harvest. The people of Hamelin were shocked and frightened. They had never seen so many rats before. The mayor and the town council met to discuss the problem. They tried everything they could think of. They set traps all around the town. They brought in cats from nearby villages. They asked farmers to help chase the rats away. But nothing worked. The rats were too many, too fast, and too clever. The people grew desperate. They could not sleep at night because they heard rats running across the floors and scratching at the doors. One morning, when the town was feeling hopeless, a strange man arrived. He walked through the streets with confidence, as if he knew exactly where he was going. He wore a long, colorful coat made of bright red, yellow, and blue fabric. On his head he had a tall hat with a feather. In his hand he carried a wooden pipe. The people stared at him. He looked unusual, almost magical. The man went straight to the mayor's house and knocked on the door. When the mayor opened it, the man said, "I can rid your town of rats, but you must pay me 1,000 gold coins." The mayor was surprised. "1,000 gold coins? That is a lot of money," he said. But then he looked out the window and saw rats running across the street. He sighed. "If you can really do it, we will pay you." The strange man nodded. He walked to the town square, stood in the center, and lifted the pipe to his lips. Then he began to play a soft, beautiful melody. The sound was unlike anything the people had ever heard. It was gentle, magical, and full of mystery. Soon, something incredible happened. Rats began to appear from every corner of the town. They came out of houses, barns, cellars, and holes in the ground. They ran toward the music as if they were dreaming. The people watched in amazement. The rats followed the piper as he walked slowly toward the river, playing all the time. When he reached the riverbank, the piper kept playing. The rats jumped into the water, one after another. The river carried them away. Not a single rat remained in Hamelin. The people cheered loudly. They danced, hugged each other, and thanked the piper. They felt free again. The town was safe. The piper went to the mayor and said, "Now please give me my payment." But the mayor frowned. He did not want to pay so much money. 1,000 gold coins is too much, he said. "We will give you 50 coins instead." The piper's eyes grew cold. "You gave me your word," he said quietly. "If you do not pay me, you will regret it." But the mayor only laughed. "Do what you want," he said. "We will not pay more." The piper looked at him for a long moment, then turned and left the town hall. The people thought he had gone away for good. They were wrong. If you like this story, please click like. It helps me a lot. And if you want more easy English stories, you can subscribe. Thank you for learning with me, the Pied Piper of Hamelin. Part 2. The people of Hamelin believed the piper had left forever. They celebrated their victory over the rats. They cleaned their houses, repaired their food stores, and returned to their normal lives. Children played in the streets again, and adults worked in the fields and shops. Everyone felt safe and happy. But the piper had not forgotten the mayor's broken promise. The next morning, when the sun was just rising and the town was still quiet, the piper returned. He walked through the empty streets with calm steps. This time, he lifted his pipe and played a different melody. It was light, cheerful, and full of joy. The music sounded like laughter, sunshine, and dancing. The children of Hamelin heard the tune. They stopped whatever they were doing. Some were eating breakfast, some were getting dressed, and some were playing with toys. As soon as they heard the music, they smiled. They felt excited and happy. Without thinking, they ran outside and followed the sound. The piper walked slowly through the town, playing his magical tune. The children followed him, laughing and dancing. They skipped, clapped, and twirled as if they were at a festival. The music filled their hearts with joy, and they could not hear anything else. Parents saw their children running after the piper. They panicked. They shouted, "Stop! Come back! Don't follow him!" But the children did not hear them. The music was too strong, too beautiful, too magical. The piper walked out of the town and toward the mountains. The children followed him in a long, colorful line. Some held hands, some jumped happily, and some sang along with the melody. They trusted the piper completely. When they reached a tall mountain, something strange happened. A large door appeared in the rock, as if the mountain itself had opened. The piper walked inside, still playing his tune. The children followed him without fear. Then the door closed behind them. The parents ran to the mountain, crying and calling their children's names. But the door was gone. The mountain looked solid and silent. No matter how hard they searched, they could not find a way inside. Only one child returned to Hamelin, a little boy who had hurt his leg and could not walk fast. He had fallen behind the others and could not reach the mountain in time. He told the people what he had seen: the piper leading the children into the mountain, the door closing, and the music fading away. The town was filled with sadness. Parents cried for their lost children. The mayor felt ashamed and guilty. He finally understood that the piper had taken the children because he had broken his promise. From that day on, the people of Hamelin learned a very important lesson. A promise must always be kept. They taught their children to be honest and to respect their word. They never forgot the terrible day when the piper took the children away. Years passed, but the story lived on. People told it to their children, and those children told it to their own children. It became a warning to everyone. Never break a promise, especially to someone who has helped you. Some people say that if you walk near the mountain on a quiet evening, when the wind is soft and the sky is clear, you can still hear the faint sound of a pipe playing far away. It is a reminder of the piper, the children, and the lesson Hamelin never forgot. If you like this story, please click like. It helps me a lot. And if you want more easy English stories, you can subscribe. Thank you for learning with me.